Great. Okay, good afternoon, and thank you all for coming. I am very happy today to be joined here by our great New York State Attorney General, Eric Schneiderman. We are also joined by ADA April Montgomery from my office's Economic Crimes Bureau and Assistant Attorney General Victoria Safran, who was cross-designated as an ADA for the purposes of this investigation, and standing in between them is the Bureau Chief of the Economic Crimes Bureau in the DA's office, Diane Paris. And actually, over to the right is the Bureau Chief of the Government and Consumer Frauds Bureau, Marshall Traeger. Today, we announce that my office has arrested 3 people as the result of a months-long interagency investigation into a crooked modeling agency that preyed upon parents and kids with the promise of lucrative, high-exposure modeling jobs. A warrant has been issued for the a 4th employee, Mr. Muniz. The employees of this company lurked in malls both in Queens and here in Nassau County, targeting young teenagers and parents of young children and filling their heads with the promise of stardom and claiming that they or their child had, quote unquote, the look. In reality, everybody had the look, and New Faces signed up anyone who would fork over the cash. For anywhere from a few $100s to a few $1,000s, New Faces personnel would use high-pressure sales tactics to dupe victims into signing contracts and falsely claim that the victim's child would lose out on exclusive modeling jobs if they didn't sign on the dotted line immediately. The ultimate losses for individual families were as high as $10,000. New Faces misrepresented its relationships with famous models and actors and falsely claimed to have exclusive arrangements or agreements with major retailers such as Toys R Us, Abercrombie & Fitch, Macy's, Target, and more. Families would pay thousands of dollars only to never hear from New Faces again, to say nothing of the non-existent modeling and acting jobs they were promised. Our 2 offices have received more than 300 complaints from people all over the New York metropolitan area and as far away as Pennsylvania who have been cheated by this company. This isn't just an aberration in the company's business practices. Cheating kids and their parents was its entire business model. Each of the defendants arrested today face multiple felony charges, and they all face up to 7 years in prison if convicted. In addition, their companies were also charged and face fines of up to $10,000 plus the payment of restitution. Now, while we have several hundred complaints and more than 50 active cases related to the scam so far, we know that there are more victims out there, and we're calling on the public to contact either of our offices if they've been scammed in this way. The complaint number at the DA's office is 516-571-3505, and we can take information in either English or Spanish, as will the Attorney General's office, and the contact number there is 516-248-3301. As the agency of jurisdiction over civil matters, Attorney General Schneiderman's office has a long history of fighting consumer fraud, and they've had a long history with this company. This is not the first time that these individuals have been investigated, and he'll be able to tell you more about that. So I'd like to ask Attorney General Eric Schneiderman to come on up.
Thank you. Thank you, District Attorney Rice, and thanks to our great team from your office and my office. This has been a great example of what can happen when agencies work together and when there is collaboration and really seamless collaboration among law enforcement agencies. This scam is nothing short of despicable. These people preyed on every parent's desire for their children to do well. They preyed on parents' love and hopes for their children, and there was nothing, as the district attorney said, in any way, shape, or form legitimate about this. The defendants here started out as a group called New Faces. My office had a case against them a number of years ago where we discovered they were engaged in the same type of activities, aggressively approaching parents in malls, saying, your kid has the look. You know what? We were looking for a model for Toys R Us or for the Children's Place. And parents would succumb. And then it turned out that you had to pay them their modeling fees and their agency fees in order for your kid to get this great benefit that would give them a great start in life. It was a lie from beginning to end. They had no relationships with any retailers. They had no relationships with the celebrities like Ashton Kutcher and others whose names they would use as other supposed clients of their firms. So New Faces essentially closed down their business after we went after them a number of years ago and stopped their bad business practices. But then we discovered in 2011 that they had reconstituted themselves as the Model Talent Development Center, same folks with one or two new additions, and they were engaged in the same scheme, only on a much amplified basis. Earlier this year, District Attorney Rice's office reached out to us because she was onto the same scam, and we agreed to work together. And today, we're very pleased to announce that we have arrested 3 of the 4 defendants. We have a warrant out for the 4th, and we are urging anyone who was scammed by these people, and as the district attorney said, we've received over 300 complaints already, please contact our offices. We know these people scammed New Yorkers out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's just one heartbreaking story after another. Parents who really believed they were going to do something good for their child, who would give up money and then call and call and call. Not one person got a modeling contract. Not one person got any benefits for their children. So this is something that my office is committed to pursuing, and whether you are our consumer fraud work runs the gamut. We cover everything in the state, whether it's a gas station gouging people after Hurricane Sandy, or Donald Trump trading on his celebrity to try and scam people who think they're going to learn about real estate. We're pursuing those who would prey on New Yorkers with schemes to defraud. These people are charged with grand larceny, with schemes to defraud. They face prison. We're seeking restitution for all of the victims. So once again, it's important for anyone who thinks they were scammed by these people, either under the name New Faces or Model Talent Development Center, contact the district attorney's office or my office. We are going after them. And for consumers, please, if anything sounds too good to be true, it is. And you never should rush into agreeing to something. You should never accept an oral promise for some sort of financial commitment. Get everything in writing, read it carefully, and please just take a few minutes to check out the people who are doing this. It usually is as easy as going online to find out, and if people had gone online, they might have in fact found out that these same people were engaged in this sort of scam before. I thank the district attorney's office. I thank our entire group of investigators and prosecutors for bringing this case forward. The message here is this: you can't scam New Yorkers. You can't prey on innocent people who are just seeking to do right by themselves and their families. I'm very pleased with the result here, and I thank District Attorney Rice for her extraordinary work on this matter. And we look forward to prosecuting these folks, to getting restitution for the victims, and to seeing justice done. Thank you.